So this is going to be a TikTok about the political powers and processes that keep major and controversial issues dangling right in front of us but are never quite solved. So you might look at something like the legalization of marijuana as a quick and simple fix for a problem that doesn't even need to exist. And we could easily deschedule it without much issue, or we could legalize it and regulate it. But the fact is that if the federal government tomorrow listened to the people who, more than half of which in this country already have access to legal recreational marijuana through their state governments, and federalized, make it legal, is that would no longer be an issue that the Democratic Party could incorporate it into its platform and make central to why you should vote for them in the next election. Solving problems is not the point of politics in the state of America today. It's a sad reality, but it's the truth. And abortion is an example of when that keeping of things balanced goes wrong. At some point, a certain level of complacency had developed within the Democratic Party that made them feel like abortion rights were still campaignable, but were not in any serious or immediate risk. And this was, on the part of the Democrats, a major miscalculation. As we saw with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, our rights had been pushed to the brink of the balance, and when Trump appointed sexist Supreme Court judges, the balance became way out of whack, and the issue tipped in favor of the other side. This isn't great for the Republican Party either, because for this election cycle, they're losing every single race that involves abortion. They're losing every single ballot measure about abortion. They wanted, and probably based on the words of advisors, should have made it so abortion was right at the cusp of being overturned, but not quite there. Because that allows them to rally their own people behind it without solving the issue so they don't show up next time because it's fixed. And for right now, it's being motivating factor for Democrats to go out and go vote. But if they had codified it into federal law, then it would have been fixed. And the problem with fixing problems with, at least through the eyes of the political sphere, is that once you fix things like abortion and voting rights and marijuana, things that are very clearly favored by the public to fix, then you might actually have to look at some of those systemic problems that we have in this country that neither party really wants you to look at. Things like overturning Citizens United, getting money out of politics, getting foreign interests out of politics, term limits, things that would be the next natural steps for us to fight for, we would go to next. But by keeping this perfect tension, this balance between these two sides of basic, critical human rights, they get to campaign off of them and fundraise off of them. And we continue to be driven to vote by them and nothing else. So it's not in their interest to ever actually fix these things. And that's part of why our political system is so broken. Is because fixing something puts the parties who fixes it agenda in danger.